Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, we're going to be talking about human trafficking. It's not just something that happens in some faraway land. It's happening right here in our backyard. That story just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, all of us hear about human trafficking, but many of us just assume it's happening in some faraway land. And that's not the case. It's happening right here in our backyard, and in many cases, it's getting worse. To talk about that, Bianca Davis, she's the CEO of New Friends, New Life. Thanks for coming on the show.
So great to be here. Always great to see you.
So I think there is a misconception that, no, that's not happening in Dallas-Fort Worth. This is such an affluent community. That's not happening here.
Yes, one of the biggest myths that we hear is the assumption that human trafficking is happening in some faraway land to other people in other places, but we know that it's happening right here in our community. Women and men, boys and girls are being trafficked every day in alarming numbers. Texas ranks second in the nation for the second highest number of human trafficking victims. And Dallas is number 2 in the state behind Houston. So definitely a problem right here in our own backyard.
Tell us about the history of New Friends, New Life. You guys are not newcomers. You've been around for a while.
Yes, New Friends, New Life has been around for over almost 25 years.
Wow.
Next year will be our 25th anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we started when a woman, she was a dancer at the time, and she walked into Preston Road Church of Christ and just said, I need help. I can't do this anymore. But if you think back 25 years ago, we hadn't really coined the term human trafficking. That wasn't a part of the societal vernacular, but the women's group just knew that one woman needed help, and they started providing her with the emotional support, the financial support, the tangible needs that she had. And here we are now 25 years later, serving 350 women and girls every single year.
Wow. And so many people watching this are saying, but why don't they just get out? I mean, they're out among us, they're walking around. Why don't they just get out?
You know, it's such an easy question to ask, but it really is the wrong question, right? What we really should be examining is how we've created a society that allows this evil industry to fester. Human trafficking is a $150 billion industry worldwide. Here in Dallas, it's a $99 million industry every single year. And so we really should be asking ourselves, how have we allowed this to happen? What we know is what looks like a choice on the outside is anything but a choice. We have an image that we utilize a lot that shows a woman that's attached to puppet strings, and those puppet strings represent the invisible tethers that keep her in this life. It could be financial motivation because he has stripped her from any other financial resource that she may have. She can't get a job. She doesn't have education, so how is she going to get through that? It may be emotional, the emotional tie. A lot of traffickers present as someone that she knows or loves, so she's now connected to this person who is causing her such harm. It can be spiritual, just all of the things that keep her in that situation. And she feels like there is absolutely no way out. So she is what looks like a choice on the outside is anything but a choice. It's hard for her to walk away from that. He can also be threatening her very life. So many traffickers, especially in the beginning, use physical force to scare her, to terrify her, to make her feel like if you don't do what I say, this can cost you your life. In many cases it does, or threaten someone that she loves. So who's going to walk away from that? She can't.
And each year you do a fundraiser. It's a men's breakfast. You have another one coming up soon. But let's show a video from last year's.
We thank you for each and every one who is gathered here today.
MAG has helped me see that sex trafficking is not just a personal choice. This is a big business that actively cultivates the most vulnerable in our society, including people like our sisters and our daughters.
One of the reasons that I got involved with the men's advocacy group was because I knew it would be an opportunity to not just feel sorry, but to do something.
Attend a bus tour, learn more about what's going on in our community.
Impact looks like helping our women overcome the barrier of having a criminal record.
Instead of prosecution, we want therapy. Because when you put somebody in jail, you create trauma in that person. And so what we want to do is to join, and we have done, New Friends, New Life, to get those therapeutic interventions to help the individual, but help the family, help the children.
And I came to New Friends, New Life straight from jail, straight from a drug rehab. They taught me how to live again. Everybody can imagine what we might look like when we first come in here. But I want to show y'all what we become. Today, I am a youth mentor. I work in the YRC, our Youth Resource Center, and I also am the leader of our alumni.
Impact looks like the 7 women who will graduate from our program next week, each with a story of restoration and redemption to tell and a whole new life ahead.
Looking around, there's so many heroes in this room. Y'all can help change culture.
There's a moment in almost every war where it becomes really clear what the outcome is going to be. And I feel like in the fight against human trafficking, that's where we are.
This includes Texas's new law outlawing buying sex, which makes Texas the first state in the country to do that.
We're really going after and targeting the traffickers and the Johns, and to send a very strong message that we're not going to tolerate that here in the city of Dallas.
As men, we have a responsibility and an opportunity to take a stand.
We can turn from any shortcomings or bad behavior in our past to help our generation and younger generations be better men.
You have the opportunity to disrupt human trafficking. It's a business, and businesses can disrupt it.
You're helping make our city that I love with all my heart safer and stronger.
All that's necessary to oppose the triumph of evil is for good men to start showing up.
Not our children, not our city, and yes, we stand for her.
Wow, so many powerful. I just got chills, and I was there. We've been a sponsor the last couple of years. I want you to put a face on this. What's your favorite story?
Oh, man, there are so many stories to tell. I can tell you one of the latest victories that we've had. I was sitting in my office, and I just heard the commotion in the hallway. I'm like, someone is celebrating something. I step outside, and one of our members had just gotten a job, and she was so happy about her job. But the background to that is she's in her mid-50s, had come through all of the trauma, all of the challenges. She went through our mock interviews that are actually put on by the men from our men's advocacy group, come in after work, and they show up in their suits and guide our women through the interview process, helping them answer the tough questions, like explain the gap in your work history or the educational challenges that you've had. So she went through the mock interview process and gained so much confidence. Then she went into our clothing closet and got her interview attire from head to toe. Then she applied for the job, interviewed, and got it. And she's making $15 an hour and couldn't be happier. But the celebration around that was just so holistic. It wasn't just the job. It was all of the things and all of the people who helped her to get to that point. It was a lot of fun, a lot of fun.
And I love the way your eyes glow when you tell that story. I can see why you're so successful. There was a big story that made the news recently, and you were interviewed for this piece. Let's go ahead and roll it now.
Parents of a North Texas teenager have a warning to share with all of you tonight, and that is the reality that human sex trafficking can happen even to your family.
That's right. That family says that their daughter went to a Mavs game and disappeared. CBS 11's Brooke Rogers with what every parent tonight should know.
All
Our daughter, she loves going to the games, especially at this age.
It should have been a night of cheering and celebrating the Mavs win over Portland. But Kyle Morris's 15-year-old stepdaughter left for the restroom and never came back.
I kept looking over my shoulder towards the entrance to our section to see if she was coming back in.
Surveillance video showed the teen in this garage near the AAC, leaving with an unidentified man. It would be another 10 days before she was found 200 miles away. The family's attorney tells CBS 11 the teen was lured out of the AAC under false pretenses by a sex trafficking ring. Bianca Davis, CEO of anti-trafficking agency New Friends, New Life, says trafficking typically begins with grooming on social media.
It's not necessarily something where there is a random situation happening or a kidnapping in the street. I think if we're looking for white vans in a parking lot, that we've missed it.
The Morrises say their daughter had left home before, but this was different. They contacted the Texas Counter-Trafficking Initiative, who found her on April 18th in Oklahoma City.
She started crying, and I walked up, and I was trying to be strong for her.
She is now on the road to recovery, and 3 people have been charged with human trafficking and other offenses. Davis wants all parents to know that awareness and open communication are the best defenses.
Who are her friends? Where is she going when she's not in school? It's something that is so subtle, and we really have to have our antennas up before a moment like the Mavs game happens.
Brooke Rogers, CBS 11 News.
And I think what's so shocking is in such a public place. Did you find that a lot of people were shocked that that could happen at a Mavericks game?
Yes, people were shocked about it, but it's something that we knew all along. You know, it happened at the AAC, but it literally could have been anywhere. And that's really our message, that it can happen and does happen any and everywhere.
And one of the things I love that you do is that you're attacking the problem from both sides. So you're talking to the men and making sure that the men understand this is not a victimless crime.
Right, right. We're never going to end this issue if we don't engage our guys. Our men and our boys are the drivers of the demand and can also put a stop to this. And so when we talk about the men's breakfast, it's one of our favorite things. You know, our men's advocacy group is one of the most important initiatives that we have, because our men are going to make a difference on this issue.
How do you find the women who come into your programs?
Women come to us in several ways, just like the first woman who walked through our doors 25 years ago, before we had doors, when we were just a thought, and continue to bring her friends out of the life. That still happens today. So someone tells a friend, I know a place where you can go. But we also work with the police department who are going on raids or busts, or who may see someone who would have otherwise been picked up for prostitution. We now have a partnership there where they can refer her to us for services and care instead of having her now have a criminal record for something that she was forced to do. Other social service agencies, because the issue of sex trafficking really sits at the intersection of other issues like domestic violence and sexual assault and homelessness and poverty, we work with partnering agencies that identify survivors of trafficking and refer them to us as well.
And I love it that so many people who have come through your program actually end up joining you on your team.
Yes, we love it. We know the importance of having that survivor voice on staff. So we have several mentors who now work with us either as youth mentors or economic empowerment specialists. Then we also have an alumni circle. So if you graduate from our program and you want to stay connected, they can join our alumni circle. And that's really important to us because those women can tell us as an agency, here's what I really needed. Here's how you can serve women like me better. So it keeps us sharp and keeps us focused on the next woman who's going to come through our doors.
Wow, you're so inspiring. We only have a little time left. How can people get involved?
I would say definitely visit our website, newfriendsnewlife.org. We would love to have your support, whether through our events. Even though the men's breakfast is sold out, we have an opportunity to support us through our raffles. So check out the wonderful raffle prizes that are on there, but also donating your time. We have tons of volunteer opportunities. You can help in the donations closet. You can serve meals, help in our pantry, provide us with your skills and services with resume writing or or branding or how to cook on a budget, anything that you love to do, we would love to offer that to our women and girls. So I would say visit our website and follow New Friends, New Life on social media. And I want to thank you particularly for your support as an agency and just as a person supporting our work. It means so much to us. We really appreciate it.
It's an honor. We're going to leave with your website again, newfriendsnewlife.org. Bianca Davis, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.